All right. Sorry for the wait. All right. Hey, how's everybody doing? Ricardo Hamilton, aka Crypto Rick. Shout out to the Wealth Builders. Man, I'm telling you, things are getting good. Things are getting real good. Things are picking up. So many exciting things coming out right now. Of course, like always, I got some news about the phones. I think most people should know by now. If you haven't been in your Carabar's back office and checked the latest news, you should know. But the phones will be shipping out, I'm guessing by the end of this week, if not next week. And the holdup was customs. This technology leaving Germany, created, a need for them to do extra checks, right? And so they're checking it out right now. In the latest news, you can see that the phones will be shipped. They're going to come, first serve. First come, first ordered, excuse me. So whoever ordered their phones first, those are the people who will receive their phones first. So very exciting, folks, because probably some people going to get them by Christmas. Some people going to get them by New Year's. Some people going to get them starting the year. Ain't no telling, but, very exciting because, this stuff is real, it's live, it's here. Whether I'm talking about CaratNet blockchain being live, whether I'm talking about the merger of KBC and KCB, whether I'm talking about the phones and just everything, folks. Everything here is real, it's value, it's all backed in gold, right? It's all backed in gold, right? This tier one asset, this money, this, it's all backed in this, right? This is, or linked, I should say, cryptocurrency linked to gold. Very exciting, right? And so, that's the update on the phones. I know a lot of people are like, where the phones, where the phones, where the phones? They coming. Patience is a virtue. We're putting together here something so dynamic that's going to revolutionize the world, revolutionize the way payments are done. So patience is a virtue. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, yes, of course. Look, so obviously those people who know, we are celebrating in Madrid. The company will be celebrating in Madrid, the IPO. The packages right now and the bonuses in KCB, right? December 15th is your cutoff date. You want to amass as many of these assets with bonuses as you can right now. Sure, you will be able to get them on the exchange. You're going to get what you pay for. But now you can acquire them with the packages and get bonuses, right? On top of the value. So if you're watching this and you have not positioned yourself, you have not got more coins, more packages, right? You're gonna wish you had more coins. You're gonna wish that you had more coins. If you think you got enough, you don't got enough. I'm telling you right now. These coins are massively undervalued assets. They're going to be, people are going to be clamoring for these coins right now, especially with all the developments. I mentioned earlier before that Germany, the BaFin, right, will be to pass a law for banks to trade, buy and sell a whole cryptocurrency, right? Major great development for the world of Carabars. When we talk about China possibly having about 20,000 tons of gold and possibly doing their own cryptocurrency backed by gold. Amazing opportunity for the gold-backed or gold-linked cryptocurrency community, right? Just very, very exciting. So I wanted to do this video today just to really touch on that. Like, Carabars is the best opportunity on the planet to position yourself. It's all about positioning, folks. It's all about positioning yourself. Position yourself for this wealth transfer away from paper, right? And I got some paper on me. People love visuals, right? So you show some visuals, right? But away from the paper, it's paper money that the Federal Reserve and this government is printing up massively right now, keeping the credit markets liquid, keeping the banks from closing their doors the next day. keeping the markets, up with inflation on the stock market, right? Keeping the whole system going, but this is going to continue to lose value. This is losing confidence all around the world. The world is de-dollarizing. All right. Yeah, definitely smash that like button. Show some love and support. Smash that like button. But this is losing massive value all around the world, folks. Massive value, massive credibility. The full faith and confidence of this is being shaken, right? And right now, the full faith and confidence of this right here, this cash gold, this gold, 24 karat gold, right, is being acknowledged so much that the Bank of International Settlements, and I have to say these things, to a certain degree over and over because there are new people who are coming in. Sometimes you have to say something over and over for people to understand the magnitude of what it is. But the Bank of International Settlements, which is the central bank for central banks, have labeled gold a tier 1 asset, which means pretty much zero risk, accepted 100% for value. You see, this is why I get so excited about Caraboss, man. Ain't no losing over here. You don't lose. You position yourself for wealth, regardless of any economy, by holding a tier 1 asset, right? Which is gold. Pure gold at that. Not no 18 karat, not no 10 karat, right? We're talking about monetary grade, pure 24 karat, 999.9 gold. Whether we're talking about cash gold, which, by the way, for those who don't know, this is the physical form of our cryptocurrency. I don't know too many cryptocurrencies that got a physical form. Even a company that say that gold, the coin is backed by gold. How are they distributing the gold? Is it in a payment-friendly transactional weight with the system behind it, or they just gonna mail you some bullion, right? Is that what they're gonna do? I don't know. But I know that there's no company that has the versatility that Caraboss has. You want small increments of gold. See, people think I don't want small gold. I want a big ounce of gold. I want 10 ounces of gold. No, you don't. No, you don't. And the reason you don't, because when it comes times to pay, when it comes time to use it, you about to go to the store with an ounce of gold and you only need about $30 worth of groceries, or a tenth of an ounce of gold worth of groceries. If you need a tenth of an ounce of gold or groceries, you need to pay with a tenth of an ounce of gold. A tenth of a gram of gold, tenth of an ounce, tenth of a gold. You understand what I'm saying, right? You need small, friendly, transactional increments. You don't need to go in there with a bag, an ounce of coins, right, that are, valued at tens of thousands of dollars. You need small increments of gold. This is the beauty of the cash gold. Now, whether you get the gold, like that in the cash gold form, or whether you get the gold in the classic form, in the card form, where the pure 24 karat gold is sitting right there in the card, right? And you can store it like that. And you can have that in the safe in your house, or under the ground, or in the backyard somewhere, or wherever you want to put it, right? You sitting on gold. You sitting on a tier 1 asset, right? This is the beauty of it. This is the whole beauty of what's taking place right now. I get excited when I talk about this because there is a wealth transfer taking place, whether you realize it or not. There's a wealth transfer taking place right now, and it's moving away from risk into assets and cryptocurrency linked to assets like gold, straight up. Now, right now, the stock market is up, but that's right now, right? But even then, bigger than that, folks, bigger than the stock market being up, and we know that it's up because of inflation, because of cheap money, massive money printed by the Federal Reserve, right? And the CEOs buying back their stocks. That's what you're seeing. But it might be worse than the market crashing. Because if the credit markets freeze up, right, that's it. Ain't nobody buying, selling, able to get access to money. That's it. This whole thing is a big rigged casino game. based on full faith and confidence. And when that is gone, that's it, folks. You have to understand that. When liquidity, when the credit crunch, the credit crisis, it's all based on credit. All of this is credit. And if there ain't no credit, that's it. Everything stops. I mean, everything just stops. Right? And that's what happened in 2008. Everything was getting ready to stop. All right? It was on that process. And so they had to print money to put liquidity into the markets. Right? And the Federal Reserve is doing that right now. Okay? And so there will be some very negative things and consequences because of that. Right? Some people are going to get wiped out. Straight up. They're just going to get wiped out. It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad for those people who don't understand that this is a liability to them. This is a liability. This is not an asset. This is risk. I'm holding on to risk right now, but I'm smart enough to take this risk and turn it into asset, whether that be gold, right, or even silver, right? And I think I showed this before. I love this piece. It says Den of Thieves, and it has a Federal Reserve building up there. And if you can see at the bottom, it says no Federal, no Reserve. Den of Thieves is the Federal Reserves, but the Federal Reserve is not federal, and they have no reserves, right? Federal Reserve has no reserves. So that's pure silver, by the way, for those who might not know what I just showed up there. That's pure silver, right? So this is the whole thing. It's the whole thing about this ecosystem that Carabal's put in place. You have so many dynamic things, whether it's the merger of our coins, whether it's our blockchain, whether it's the gold mine that we got in Brazil, we're putting out gold, whether it's the IPO and information that's coming out on the IPO. I mean, whether it's the K merchant for businesses to be able to take crypto as a form of payment. When the liquidity market dries up, what's going to be the new, liquidity market dries up. How you going to do business? The plastic cards ain't swiping. You swiping it. The system ain't working. You go to the ATM, you ain't pulling out nothing, right? The whole thing stopped moving, and you need to go somewhere and buy something. You better have some of this in small, friendly, transactional increments, right? You better have some. Now, depending on the scenario, I'm not talking about a blackout now. Internet might still work, right? Hopefully your business is crypto friendly or is taking K merchant so you can pay with cryptos, right? It might be that just the financial sector. The financial sector is done. It's frozen up. We still got internet, right? For those who can afford it or whatever have you. Nobody knows how this thing is exactly going to play out. But you do want to hedge. You do want to protect yourself. You do want to have a contingency plan. If you think the government and these large institutions don't have a contingency plan for the fall of the dollar, for the global reset, for this wealth transfer, you're completely wrong. They're preparing right now. They're already prepared. It's the average person who doesn't understand the value of gold and they don't understand what this is. This is a Federal Reserve note. It's a piece of paper. I talk about the world reserve currency, right? The world reserve currency is the US dollar right now. Right now. Now think about it. Was the world reserve currency the US dollar since beginning of history? No. Matter of fact, before the US dollar, it was the British pound or the sterling, right? The Brits had it, the world reserve currency, the dominant currency. Before them, it was the Dutch. Before them, it was like Rome and then Greece. And you see, it's the evolutionary process. This right here will lose its world reserve currency. Matter of fact, it already has lost it in some form because governments and countries are dumping these dollars, dumping bonds, buying gold, looking to use gold-backed cryptocurrency. This is the full faith and confidence. It's not coming back. You got to understand that. There's no coming back. It's at a point where it's going to happen. There's nothing that can stop it. If they decided to try to fix the budget. And look, folks, it's game over. It's game over already. And it's important that you hold real assets like gold and crypto. It's important that you hold real assets like gold linked to crypto and crypto linked to gold and Karatbars, cash gold, and position yourself, especially when you can do that for free right now with a free gold savings account. This is for everybody. This is for everybody. You see, usually something like this, you know, the masses don't have access to it. But you can open up your free gold savings account, right? For free. 18 years or older, no penalties, no fees, no requirements, no excuses not to be in Karatbars. You can join for free. Matter of fact, you can make money from the free position. It's too much value here, folks. It's too much value. I did a video on my YouTube channel, and I was looking at some other coins. I mean, like 6 months' time, these coins went up thousands of %. I mean, and you know, there's so much wealth that's getting ready to be created. And I just think about Joseph Haidt, and he says 1 coin a kilo and about 200 billion in market cap. These people are financial geniuses that have implemented a fail-safe for everything. They've considered all the pitfalls, right? All the issues that we will come up against. And they've made contingency plans for them. Nothing's going to stop this. Nothing's going to stop this. This is cash gold, folks. Yo, and matter of fact, look, people running away from that fiat. I'm not dealing with fiat neither, right? What that crew of people saying, we ain't dealing with fiat no more. We don't deal with fiat. This is a whole new economy. We're dealing with gold. We're dealing with assets. We're dealing with things of real tangible value, things that have intrinsic value. It's the real, this the new economy. This a whole new era. And for those people who get on the wave, they're going to ride the wave. But those who missing that wave, they're going to get wiped out. I don't want to wipe out on this wave. I'm going to ride this thing all the way to all the blue island, the sandy beaches of the world, the blue waters, man. I mean, hear me out, though. You know what I mean? So this is the whole thing about it, folks. It's about protecting your financial future with a tier 1 asset, which is pure gold. All right, and building massive wealth with cryptocurrency linked to gold and positioning yourself with Karatbars, right? That's what it really comes down to. So, you know, that's really what I had today. I want to let people know the phone's on their way for those who might not have known, right? And they were being held up because of customs. I want to let people know you need to get as many coins as you can. The packages are ending. The ability to get bonuses. December 15th, right? So we got, what, 5 more days, something like that, right? So definitely put yourself in position. You don't want to miss this, right? You got to figure out what to do with this anyway. I mean, you got to figure out what to do with this. You got to do something with it. Don't just hold on to it. You got to put this to work for you. You got to put this to work for you. You need to put this somewhere where it's going to work harder for you than you can work for it, right? You have to do something with it. Why not put it in a tier 1 asset? Why not put it in a cryptocurrency linked to this tier 1 asset? Why not put it somewhere where you can make a passive and residual income for yourself by sharing this information with other people? It just makes sense. It's a no-brainer, right? It's a no-brainer. A lot of stuff going on in the world right now. I think the most important thing is the economy. I think the most important thing that people should be worried about is the economy. They want to get distracted with Trump's impeachment. They want to get you distracted with, and I'm not saying that these are not serious things that need to be addressed, but sex trafficking and everything else. They're distracting you, folks. And yes, those are don't perceive it that I'm taking away from the importance of the recognition of the ills in society, right? But when this dollar crisis, when this crash this global reset happens, it's going to be the number one thing that people will be concerned about overall. Their ability to eat, their ability to put shelter over their heads, their ability to put clothes on their back, their ability to live a quality life. Because I really believe that we're going to a feudal system, folks. I really do believe that. I think that they think there's too many people on the planet for them to control. I think that. I think there's too many people on the planet for them to control. I think a dollar crash, a global reset, and this kind of anarchy situation is what they're looking for, because they're prepared. They got their bunkers, all right? They got their store of food and water. When I say they, I'm talking about the elite, the 1%, these CEOs on Wall Street. Heck, the politicians. You think Nancy Pelosi and them ain't got no contingency plan? You think they ain't gonna be straight while they sitting here talking about a dog and pony show with Trump? You think they don't realize the Federal Reserve is printing hundreds of billion dollars a night and what's going on with the economy? You don't hear them talking about it. You don't even hear them talking about it. I have not heard them talk about what the Federal Reserve is doing at all, and the ramifications of it, and where the potential reality of it can lead to. You don't hear nothing from the politicians. But you think that they're not prepared? You know what I mean? I think it's going to be, you're either going to be rich or you're going to be poor, straight up. Ain't no middle class. You're either going to be rich or you're going to be poor. If you're going to be poor, you're going to be working for somebody. You know, you're going to be, it's going back to a feudal system, folks. There are going to be areas of the world and the economy where people are thriving and doing great. And there are going to be places where it's going to be, Mad Max or what's that? The Book of Eli type of, there is going to be some chaos. It's going to be chaos, And so I'm not saying that it's no doom and gloom. I'm just looking at the reality of the situation. And the reality is that you want to hold real assets during that time. You don't want to be holding this and it doesn't have any value to anybody. Look at Venezuela, right? Look at Venezuela. Their currency, they throwing that stuff in the streets is nothing. They're experiencing hyperinflation, right? Hyperinflation is not something that the United States or the dollar is immune to, right? You can Google list of fiat currencies that have failed. You're going to get hundreds of them. The U.S. is no different. This dollar is especially now no different. We're talking about $23 trillion in debt, $255 trillion global debt. Derivative market and corporate. Come on, folks. And so this is the whole thing. You cannot change it. We cannot control it. But what we can control is our own economy. What we can do is choose what we're going to do with this paper while we got it. Because the facts are there. This is a fiat currency. It loses value because of inflation. The prices of goods and services rise in the economy. This buys less and less. And at the rate that they're printing money and where the global economy is headed, it's going to get harder for people who are only holding this, right? And so what I'm saying, what we're saying, is take that paper and turn it into gold. And it's contrary to what, you might see when you're driving down the street. You see a shop, it say, "We buy gold." They want you to take your gold, sell it to them so they can give you cash. Why is it that they would have a business where they would take gold from you and give you cash if the cash is the asset, is something to hold, or if the gold is a liability? No, folks, you need to hold on to your gold. You need to acquire more gold than you ever bought in history. Huh? How about that? These central banks and governments are buying and holding more gold than they ever bought in history. You need to buy and hold more gold than you ever bought in history. If you never owned a gram of gold, you need to open up a free gold savings account with Karat bars and buy more gold than you ever bought in history and buy you a gram of gold. right? That's what you need to do. Or get you some silver. I get silver, right? I got a spot where I get my silver, gold and silver, right? And cryptocurrency linked. Cryptocurrencies for those who want to build massive wealth. I'm going to lie to you. If you want to be a multimillionaire, hundreds of millions, a couple billion, you hold on to these cryptocurrency assets. It's money. It's the future of money. You see what I'm saying? It's the way payments and transactions and business is done. Whether we're talking about governments, institutions, corporations, personal, business to business, right? So, look, folks, let me see if any comments or questions in the chance. Hey, look, shout out to the wealth builders. I want to say I appreciate everybody who likes, who shares, who subscribes, who donates, who comments in the chat box. I'm looking to expand the audience. I'm actually looking to do a radio show at a local radio studio here, eLife. I'm going to put up some production, try to reach the masses the best way I can, because I think it's critical. I think it's critical. I agree with you. Don't sleep on copper or precious metals. But I think it's critical. I think it's critical that people hold. Was this some copper, right? People hold, right? That people hold real assets. I think it's really critical right now. I think enough people don't really understand. They're holding on to traditional values of, well, I got a 401k. All right, Timo for life. What is the address? And it's CM in Maryland, loaded with cash gold. Yeah, so I don't have the exact address right now, brother. What I'm gonna do is, if you write a comment in the chat box, maybe in the what is that, brother? Crypto Steve Shop. Crypto Steve Shop. Straight for things. Straight. I did a video on it. Matter of fact, it's in the video. But send me an email. Just send me an email, and I'll make sure I get it to you. That's the correct way to do it, bro. rhamilton19@gmail.com. rhamilton HAMILTON 19@gmail.com, and I'll send you the address. I spoke with Steve relatively recently. He does have the cash gold. The machine is up and running. To my knowledge, he is linking the machine to his accounts, so that thing should be up and running pretty soon here. I mean, that's awesome. I mean, people who get the ATMs, you get free reloads. That thing run out of gold, companies send you some more gold, right? So let's see. Love you, bro, from Chicago. Thank you, Malcolm, man. Love you too, bro. Look, we Harold Sykes under promises and over delivers, and he's exceeding in his goal right now. Harold Sykes' goal is to not only create 20,000 millionaires within the next 12 to 24 months, but I was referencing really that he's exceeding by helping people free themselves from this system of debt, by holding gold, by having this asset, right? So let's see here. Any other thing I got in the comment? I'm gonna get ready to close this stream down, folks. I just want to share that information on what's coming up. But we almost here, folks. I mean, these next few videos and these next few days and weeks, it's gonna get really exciting. Really exciting, man, because I'm excited about to get my phone, man. I'm telling you, I'm excited to get this phone. The phone, the laptop, the merger of the coins. Will supernodes be available after the 15th? Yeah, supernodes. Well, I won't say yeah. What I will say is that supernodes are available until they ain't. Right? So, how many supernodes are available right now? Whoever, when they fill up them slots. Last time I checked, it was like maybe 200 or so left. Supernodes, which I'm trying to get myself, or go in with somebody. I got to get me a supernode, folks. And I got a couple ways that I'm trying, but while there's still a couple up there, you know what I mean? So it ain't get too drastic yet. But when it start to get down to like 100, maybe 50 nodes left, we might have to go in on this thing together, family or something. For real. And there's some people who do that. Corporate doesn't, support it, but I mean, look, people are positioning themselves for wealth any way that they can by holding these assets. Oh, congratulations on winning that CEO edition. I won my CEO edition as well. I was really pushing for that red phone, right? I was really pushing for that. Yeah, appreciate that. So if there are no more questions, if there are no more questions at all, I'll go ahead and say, shout out to the wealth builders, man. Shout out to the wealth builders. Love everybody. Tell everybody, wait on no one. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just stream. I appreciate you guys. Catch you on the next live stream. This is Ricardo Hamilton, aka Crypto Rick. Shout out to the wealth builders. Peace.